now that you mentioned the president, he was on this show literally 5 days ago, and I had a conversation with Trump. I kind of intimated about bombing, and it was about Iran. Take a listen to this exchange, because Iran today is blaming Israel for really destroying any further chance of having nuclear talks. It's a bunch of nonsense. This is me and Trump talking about Iran 6 days ago, Jeanine. Lewis, cut number 6. The Iran thing is big for me because, in fact, I'm going back to Israel, Mr. President, in about 2 weeks again. Mike Huckabee's going to be there, and a host of other people.
That's a good choice, right?
Oh, that was a great choice.
Is that a great?
That was a great choice.
Yeah.
You did great.
Oh, he's fantastic.
You did great. I love him.
He's going to be, and everybody likes him. Both sides, to be honest.
That's
with
right.
You,
That's right.
Everybody likes him.
That's right. That's important. You want everybody to like him. So, but the Iran thing. Look, this is my opinion. Okay, I'm not the president of the United States. I'm a radio host. You run the country, but.
Right.
I think you're right. I think Iran is actually kind of, stepping very, very slowly. And I'd like to see Iran hurt a little. I'd like to see a little bit of hurt, because I don't think they're going to come to the table with all seriousness until there's a little bit of hurt. A little bit.
Yeah. Well, they're seeing what we're doing to the Houthis. Okay. Yeah. The Houthis are not feeling so good now.
Oh.
And, people have been after them for years. They like, that's the group that likes blowing ships up. With a lot of people dying, going down as the ship goes down. That's an interesting group. But we've been hitting them for 30 days, and they are not feeling well. They're not feeling well. We haven't seen any ships go down recently, let's put it that way.
No.
But you have to hit. I understand what you mean. If we could solve it without what you're saying or suggesting, that'll be nice. We'll see what happens. It'll get solved one way or the other.
Oh, I know that.
The bottom line is that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Right.
That's the bottom line.
Right.
Very simple.
I agree.
Very simple.
So there it is. I intimated, let's bomb them. It's enough. What else does Iran have to do?
But you got to give the president credit. I mean, what he's doing there, what he's saying in that interview is, I don't like him any more than you do, but I'm going to try something as short of, going in there and bombing them again.
Wait a second. But if you don't, but wait, I know you love Trump, so do I. But if you don't bomb him, okay, and I love Trump, if you don't bomb him, this is basically Obama 2.0.
No, it isn't Obama 2.0, because if they don't comply, he's going to bomb them.
What is he waiting for? They haven't complied for years.
Wait a minute. How long has he been in office? Has it even been 100 days? Give him a break.
Okay.
At this point, what we got to do is we've got to see what can work out. Look, do not underestimate Donald Trump. If he wants to do something diplomatically, let him try. The last thing we need to do, and I give him credit for this, is he doesn't want to send our men and women into harm's way, and good for him. And you know what? He knows how to pull his short hairs. Give me a break. No one can do it better than he can. And I'll tell you what, I hope that they do it with Tish James, and, I'm glad with this Garcia and the rest of them. Donald Trump knows exactly what he's doing. And you got to give him credit. And I know you're frustrated, and I know that you want this thing to be done and you want Iran over. Look, Iran is busted. They're broke. Joe Biden is gone. They don't have a pipeline of money coming in. They don't have apologists for them anymore. They've got a guy who's going to go toe-to-toe with them. So, just take it easy. It's going to be fine.
Okay.
I'm more concerned, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about getting these illegals out with these judges all over the place, slowing things down. And you've got this, you've got Democrat senators going to El Salvador to make sure a dirtbag MS-13 gangbanger who beats the shit out of his wife, excuse me for saying that, to make sure he's okay, to make googly eyes at him. I mean, this is what we got to worry about right now. And if these Democrats want to do that, God bless them. Let them keep doing that.
Right.
Because they're going to lose.
Right.
They're going to lose.
What are they? I mean, we got a big date, according to Greg Jarrett on this show yesterday, May the 15th or 17th. That's the big date where we're going to hear something from the court about these judges. But to your point, you say this stuff all the time. Chris Van Hollen, this moron Booker in New Jersey, he's a real moron. The more they do stuff like this,
wait a minute.
It's better for us.
Sid, who talks for 26 hours
Nobody.
and doesn't say anything memorable?
Nobody, unless it's 1984 and you're all coked up after Studio 54. Nobody talks for 27 hours. I mean, these people are crazy. And then they wonder why Harris got shellacked by Trump. Then they wonder why.
Yeah, well, Harris is, and then you've got them saying, we're all about democracy, Harris. I mean, who voted for her ever? She didn't get a vote in a primary ever. She dropped out in the presidential primary in like a minute.
I know.
She's such a loser.
But now this ridiculous tour, which is funny because Bernie Sanders is a multi-millionaire. This other moron, AOC, only flies first class to these fight oligarchy rallies where 30,000 people do show up. Now they're saying, don't look now, but AOC may be the favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, AOC, you know what? I'll tell you what people like about her. She takes a stand. She says what she thinks, and she's a fighter. Okay? I mean, at least she can put a sentence together. Two of them, in fact. The other one was a half-wit. I mean, between Joe Biden and Kamala, can you imagine what dinner's like between the two of them? Yeah, maybe. The two of them. But, AOC, she is like apparently running very high in the polls, and good for her.
But is she going to be a formidable opponent for a J.D. Vance or a Youngkin or whoever in 2028?
Well, I can't imagine that that's going to be the case. It depends on who the Democrats come up with. Look, make no mistake, they'll figure it out, Sid. They'll figure out that they were dumb, that, and they were like, yesterday they were talking about the fact that it's the media's fault that we can't get the message out. What are you talking about? You don't even know what your message is. And now you want to blame the media for not letting you get it out. If they come up with a guy or a woman who has a message that resonates with the American people, that speaks to the issues that they're concerned about, not about men and women's sports, not about, making sure that MS-13 gangbangers get brought back to the United States so we can deport them again, then they'll have a chance. But in the meantime, what has AOC said that makes any sense at all? That makes you say, she's my girl? Nothing. She's just out there and she can speak.
That's it. And she looks better, let's be frank, than Nancy Pelosi. I mean, one more for you. I'd be remiss if I didn't bring this up because I did have Brian Kilmeade, your colleague and friend, earlier in the program on talking about this, and that is our friend Pete Hegseth. Kilmeade said basically this is a witch hunt. They're after this guy. The signal chat was before the last signal chat. This is a bunch of nothing, and it's going to go away. I agree with Brian, and I'd imagine you do too.
Yeah, I do. Look, Pete Hegseth is doing a great job, and the president is very happy with him. The people are now dying to get into the military when they were running in the other direction before. Pete has instilled a new warrior ethos, he calls it, into the military. He's a smart guy, and there's no way the president is going to let him go. There just isn't. And I think that, there's a lot of haters. A lot of people don't like the fact, that Pete was not running any big organization before. And, they don't like change. And the Pentagon is totally resistant to change. It is think about the Pentagon. I mean, this is where we spend billions of dollars. We don't know where the money goes. We lose the money half the time. And it's all about defense contracts and making sure that the lobbyists get money and the congressional men and women get money. I mean, it's a big money maker, and there's going to be resistance to change. And Pete is the guy who's going to do the change. And so they're coming for him. There's no question. He's not going anywhere, nor should he. And the president believes in him. So it's all good.
Couldn't agree more. So, Jeanine, again, you're my favorite, whether it's Fox, and what a great job you do on Sundays. So the least I can do for you after this amazing conversation is send you a Casey Kasem long-distance dedication. Jeanine Pirro, this one goes out to you.